4th down and goal from the 5. Farmer throws. It is knocked away. Incomplete. And it's Adam Runk who came up with a game-saving play. The Cyclones take over.
3 seconds left.
This is the Dan McCarney Show with Iowa State head football coach Dan McCarney and the voice of the Cyclones, Pete Taylor. The Dan McCarney Show is brought to you in part by Robert W. Baird & Company, Incorporated, a wealth of advice, member New York Stock Exchange, and SIPC. And by Chevrolet, Chevy trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Hi once again, everybody, and welcome to the Dan McCarney Show. As you can see, the telephone trophy for the 3rd consecutive years resides in the city of Ames, thanks to a victory over Missouri yesterday down in Columbia, and what a game it turned out to be, and what a finish, Dan. I don't think you could have asked for anything more out of your defense on that last drive.
That was an amazing finish, Pete, and we are proud to have this trophy one more time. The fans will be able to enjoy it at the Jacobson Building for the next 12 months, and we put a lot into that game, Pete, and put a lot into keeping this trophy, and we had it around our team in meetings, in the weight room, and practices, on the airplane, on the bus. Our kids took a lot of pride in capturing that trophy and keeping it in Ames for another year. But great finish. The game went back and forth. We got Missouri's best shot. They're a much improved football team. A lot of the same players we played against last year, new coaching staff, but very well coached. And in the end, we made more plays, and that's how we won the game.
A lot of heroes in this game, but maybe the guy that stood out yesterday was Tony Elk.
Wasn't he sensational, Pete? I mean, he really was. And he just gets better and better. He's got a lot of talent, but as you know, in that position, in PATs, field goals, punting, kickoffs, so much of it's concentration and focus because he's got a strong leg. But we've all seen guys with strong legs through the years that just couldn't do it on game day. But Tony's really improving, and he was obviously one of the most valuable guys on our football team yesterday.
Well, I get the feeling that you feel it was by far not a perfect game for Iowa State, maybe not even the one you wanted to play down in Missouri, but the fact that you were able to win under those circumstances almost even makes it better, doesn't it?
I think it really does, Pete. You know, we didn't play a great football game, but we came away with a great victory. There's going to be a lot of things to correct, a lot of mistakes that we made, but there's just something real special about this football team. When you go on the road in the Big 12 and win like that, and there was a lot of times they could have folded, they could have gave in to the crowd, to the effort of the Missouri Tigers, which was outstanding, but they hung in there, made a lot of real good plays, and showed the character of this team.
Well, last year you had a breakthrough game at Oklahoma State on the road. The offense kind of pulled that out at the end. Similar in this respect, and the defense kind of pulled it out for you at the end.
Well, it is, Pete. You know, we've won 8 of our last 10 games, 7 of our last 10 conference games, many of those very close victories, and those are the things you got to do if you're going to continue to keep winning, sustaining victories, sustaining success, is being able to go win those close ones. And the defensive goal line stands about as good as it gets. 1st and goal on the 6, stop them 4 plays, and it was a great feeling.
We'll see all 4 plays. We'll see the rest of the highlights when we come back right after this.
Creating wealth isn't an automatic process. If it were, you wouldn't need us. But it isn't, so you do. Baird Wealth Management.
At Homemakers Factory Outlet, when we pay less, you pay less. We've bought a truckload of Broyhill furniture at a fraction of our normal cost, and we're passing the savings on to you. The proof is in the price, like this chair, suggested retail $910, now only $222. Or this 4-piece set, $2,600, now only $999. When every dollar counts, you can count on Homemakers Factory Outlet. Bring your truck and take it with you. East location only.
Homemakers Factory Outlet. Homemakers, come in and save today.
Some great football days so far this season for Iowa State, but Saturday was not among them as far as the weather was concerned. It was raining throughout the morning in Columbia, pretty wet and slick field. And we'll check the highlights coming up, and I know that probably changed your operating plan a little bit too.
That's amazing, Pete. You know, we talked earlier, Seneca Wallace has never played a football game in the rain before. That was his first opportunity, but we got through that game with no turnovers offensively.
Here's a good defensive stand immediately in the game on 3rd and 1 at the 14-yard line. Abram is swamped by a horde of Cyclones. Now it's 4th and 1, same thing.
Huge stop, Pete. Obviously, they had a nice drive, a lot of plays, a lot of time off the clock. but we came up out of there without giving up any points. Great job by our defense.
Iowa State with the football now. Here's a 3rd down and 7 pass complete to Young.
Real nice job again by Lance Young, a transfer, Pete, that just gets better and better each week. And here comes the hammer. Ennis getting those strong, powerful, tough yards up the middle.
So the Cyclones move into Missouri territory, but their first scoring opportunity comes up wide left.
Just missed it, Pete. It's a shame. I think this was an 18-play drive, fantastic drive, but we came away with no points, and we've got to improve on that.
Good pressure by Eilers and Coleman, intentional grounding called here. Iowa State unable to move the football, though, but watch this punt. This is turning the game around, really, in this quarter. Tony Elk, a 62-yarder.
No question. We lost the kicking game a week ago, Pete. It's something that we really put time into and take pride in and try to achieve, and we sure won it yesterday and led by Tony Elk.
Gilmore, no gain. Judd and Tobrink on the stop. And now here's a punt from Missouri that Wagner does a good job of handling.
Real good job, and you know, the punter didn't get a lot of air under it. We got some good blocks on it. Nice job, great field position, Pete.
That sets up this play.
2nd down and 7 for Iowa State. Danielson in motion. And to give us to Haywood off the right side. He's at the 15. Makes a cut at the 10. At the 5. Touchdown! Nice running by
And that is vintage Ennis Haywood, isn't it?
It is, Pete. It's bread and butter for our offense. Great job by the offensive line. You can see Lorenzo White and Corey Hannon there, Zach Butler, and then watch Jack Whitwer downfield working on the defensive back, always trying to get an extra block, and a great job. The rest of it's all number 2 for the touchdown.
So Iowa State's up 7-0, but on the ensuing kickoff, quite a return here by Marcus James, and Tony Yelk makes a nice play on it.
Did an excellent job, Pete. This is poor coverage. Our kickoff coverage has really been outstanding so far this season. We have a couple guys undisciplined. They don't do what they're supposed to, and next thing you know, it's out the gate. Thankfully, Tony was there and did a good job to get him down.
Here's Abram, and he picks his way for 16 yards on the carry. He had a big afternoon.
He's a hard north and south runner, Pete. Nothing fancy about him. He's just a good Big 12 back that always takes it north and south.
Now a bootleg by Farmer. You can see he goes untouched into the end zone, and all of a sudden the game's tied at 7. Now it's Missouri again. Eilers almost with the interception.
Yeah, good job, real good job by our defense underneath and getting their hands up and tipping it and going for the interception.
Now Timmons knocks it away, and Missouri's going to go for it all right here.
pressure on. Here comes Lloyd again. They pick him up, though. He throws deep down the sideline. It is picked off by Iowa State, I believe. Harold Cluess with a great interception.
And that was near the end of the half. And big play for Iowa State.
Outstanding play, Pete. Sophomore, obviously filling in for Johnny Smith, who got hurt in practice this week. It just doesn't get, that's as big an interception as you'll get at the end of the half like that.
But at halftime, Missouri comes out, takes the kickoff, and now 37-yarder right there.
Poor tackling, great job of executing by the Missouri offense, and then we come back here and get real good pressure by the defense, Pete.
That's Adam Runk on the sack. You see it again. He gets there. I don't know how Farmer able to hang on to the football. It's wrapped around his neck.
Nice job on the safety blitzer by senior Adam Runk, as you said.
And there's Abron on the run, but he's caught again for a loss by Eilers and Andy Mosier.
Tremendous effort by Justin Eilers again. He's playing as hard as any defensive linebacker in the Big 12 right now, Pete.
Here's a near miss. Blakely on the little screen pass to the tight end goes in, and Tyson Smith almost got his hands on it.
Really did. Just almost got there, Pete, but they were really good play by their offense and come through to score.
Here's a little dump off past Ennis Haywood on 3rd and 16. He picks up the first down. Good
execution, and as you know, Pete, this is just the fifth game for Seneca Wallace starting a quarterback, but he's really getting the feel, and we've got some good backs to dump that ball to. Great job there by Seneca and Ennis.
Here's Wallace rolling out this time, and another fine catch by Lane Danielson, and you'll see it again.
Real important 3rd down conversion here, Pete, and excellent throw and fantastic catch there by Mr. Consistent Lane Danielson.
And here's Wallace running the play. Cuts loose, 35, 30. 25 to the outside, 20, 15, 10, 5. He's out of bounds right down at about the 4-yard line.
And that's, again, what Wallace can do so well for you. He really left tacklers in his wake and carries it all the way down to the 4-yard line.
Got special abilities, Pete, running the football. And, again, he had over 70 yards rushing yesterday, and a big part of our victory yesterday was Seneca running the football.
Now out of the eye, Ennis keeps plugging away, gets into the end zone, and it's a tie game at 14.
Excellent push there by our offensive line. You can see their pad level's great. Kyle Knock in there, Marcel Howard, Bobby Montgomery to push him in the end zone.
There's a pass to Gage, the outstanding wide receiver, 6'5", and Teef Austin did a great job in all day long on him.
Tremendous job, Pete. He really did. And Gage was definitely their best receiver, and the Teef matched up and did a great job all day.
Cyclones get it back. Montgomery on the little reverse there for 8. And now here's Seneca picking up 14.
Good job again, and the coverage is there, but our protection is good up front. Gives Seneca a chance to pull it down and run, and they got some real important yardage.
Cyclones on 4th down and 5 decide to try and put it inside the 10-yard line, and Yelk could not do any better.
Just an outstanding punt there, Pete. Coverage is excellent. Our punt team really bounced back from having some problems a week ago and responded in great fashion.
Abron on the carry, 3-yard loss. Judd and Durande on the tackle, among others.
2 seniors really playing hard there, and great team defense, Pete.
Little delay as Iowa State gets it back, and Haywood runs it up for 11.
He's a great running back any time of the day, but especially in the 4th quarter late in the game.
Takes it off the right side and goes around the end, picks up 11 again.
Real good effort down there. Kyle Knock, our backup tight end, doing a great job downfield, helping us to get extra yards.
Sets up the field goal for Yelk. He knocks it through from 21 yards out, and it's 17-14. You can see 6:39 left in the game. But here's a big play, too.
It doesn't get any bigger, Pete. We've challenged Mike Grant, who's our lead coach on the kickoff teams, challenged our guys. 1 out of every 15 kicks, we got to get a turnover. And we were just about running out of opportunities to get that goal. Hiawatha Rutland pulls it out. Lane Danielson gets the ball. Just an outstanding play by our kickoff team. We call them the knotheads, and they do a great job, Pete.
Here it is again. You can see on the return that Rutland gets in there and just pops it out. Danielson comes up with it. Iowa State's got it in great field position. Couldn't stick it in here, though.
Like to have gotten a touchdown on the board, but we still came away with points, and obviously was the difference in the game, Pete. Great snap by Matt Bacchus. Casey Baldwin with a hold, and Tony Yelk with a tremendous field goal.
So here's Mizzou with the ball now. Abron, 1-yard gain. Eiler's there again, along with Matt Word. 3rd down and 6, and here's a pass that's just kind of thrown up for grabs, but a fine catch by Umbaga for Missouri, and it's 1st down deep into Iowa State territory.
That was a big play for him, Pete, no doubt about it, and but great defensive stand here, first of all by Teef Austin, junior defensive back, as good a coverage as you'll see right there.
Here it is again. This is 1st and goal from the 7. They try the fade route, and Teef knocks it away, so on 2nd and goal, they try to go to Gilmore. Nothing doing there. Durande and Eilers.
Tremendous effort there by Kevin and Justin.
3rd and goal, they try to go to the outside. Runk, Word, and Smith are there, and that sets up the finale. Here it is.
4th down and goal from the 5. Farmer throws. It is knocked away. Incomplete. And it's Adam Runk who came up with a game-saving play. The Cyclones take over. 3 seconds left.
And I don't know about you, but my heart was in my throat, and I'm sure everybody else from an Iowa State standpoint felt the same way. Great play.
Great, just outstanding play by Adam Runk, Pete, one of our captains, a tremendous leader, and you just love to see a guy when the game's on the line be able to rise up and make a play like that. And he's led by example off the field. He sure is leading by example in his senior year on the field. And I think all the Cyclone fans probably had their hearts up in their throat, Pete, but we knew all along we were going to win that game.
Cyclones win it 20-14, go 4-1 for the season, and even more importantly now, 2-1 in Big 12 conference play, and back home to face Oklahoma State this coming weekend. We will be back with our weekly interview right after this.